you're all doing well. Welcome to today's true crime video. I know that it has been a very long time since I have done a true crime video, and I've seen plenty of requests lately to do one. Truth be told, there weren't many cases that I felt compelled to cover lately. I guess I just kind of lost my interest in it for a second, but I thought that it was time. I don't even know if people really make true crime ASMR videos anymore. I don't know, but I found a case that was interesting enough for me to decide to make a video on. So before I get started, same as usual, a couple things I want to say. First, I mean absolutely no disrespect to the victim or anyone involved in this case. Second, this one particular case they're all disturbing, but this one's very disturbing in the sense that it's very graphic. So this video is not intended for anyone under the age of 17, and it is also not intended for people who don't like the combination of true crime and ASMR. If you don't, I totally get it. Maybe just click away from this video. And the last thing I wanted to say is that it is raining very hard and it's very, very windy outside, and so you are going to hear some rustling. I personally like rain sounds, but hopefully the rustling and the wind won't be too bad. But okay, I don't want to talk too much in the beginning, so let's just get started. As you can tell by the title of this video, today we are discussing the case of a young woman by the name of Katarzyna Zowada. Now, I'm going to pronounce probably a few things wrong in this video. This case took place in Poland, and therefore I'm going to pronounce everything with my American accent. If you'd like to kindly correct me in the comments, I would totally love to hear how to say these things properly, but I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm just pronouncing it how I would. And because her first name is a little harder for me to pronounce than her last name, I'm going to refer to her as her last name throughout the video. Okay, but basically this case of Katarzyna Zowada, Zowada, okay. She lost her life in the late 1988 in Krakow, Poland. And this case got quite a bit of attention, and investigators and experts from other countries were called in to kind of lend in their expertise and join in on the investigation. And even the FBI was involved in this investigation, so quite a bit going on. And the thing that is very interesting about this case as well is that the first arrest involved in the case occurred like 20 years after the first piece of evidence was discovered. So almost 2 decades before anything was solved or things were put together. And in 2019, investigators were still trying to collect evidence in 2019. So this whole case and investigation really took up a good amount of time. So let's talk about her a little bit first. So she was born in 1975, and although there is no specific date that she died anywhere between November 12th, 1998 and January 6th, 1999. So in 1998, she began studying religion at a university in Poland. It was the Jagiellonian University. Again, forgive my pronunciation, but she was studying religion, and according to friends and peers, she was a very nice girl, but she could often be withdrawn. She could look a little sad. And when she was around 21 years old in 1996, she actually lost her father. And after her father father's death, she really suffered from depression. Now, let's fast forward to November 12th. November 12th, 1998. She was due to visit her mother at a psychiatric clinic in 𝓢𝓸𝓬𝓲𝓪, Poland. Again, I'm sorry, my pronunciation is killing me, so forgive me. But she was due to visit her mother in a psychiatric clinic, and her mother was being treated for depression there. However, she never made it to visit her mother that day that she was supposed to be there, and her mother was expecting her, was waiting for her. And when she didn't show up later that day, her mother actually wanted to file a missing persons report, and she called the local police station, and they had actually told her to wait. They wanted her to wait. They said it was too soon to claim her as a missing person. Okay, so let's fast forward now to January 6th, 1999. On the Vistula River, which, according to what I was reading, is the longest river in Poland, there was a crew of like a tugboat, a pusher tugboat, going down the river, and this was where the very first piece of evidence was discovered. The crew found, or felt rather, something in the propeller, something weird. And normally this would be a tree branch, anything that could get stuck in there, and they could easily just go in and pull it out. But when they went to do that, they were hit with an absolutely horrific smell. And when they went in closer to examine, what they found actually was human skin that was stuck in the propeller. So of course you could imagine how freaked out they all were, as anyone probably would be, and they made the appropriate necessary calls. And once it was all collected, that evidence, the DNA showed that it was Zowada's skin that was jabbed in the propeller. A few days later, on January 14th, the same year, her right leg was also found in the river. It had washed up on the river. Initially, it was thought that her body had been destroyed by the propeller. Maybe she fell in the water, got stuck in the propeller, and you can figure out the rest. But when they were examining the body parts that they found, they realized that the skin was removed on purpose. So the experts that were looking could tell that her skin was removed on purpose, and the limbs and the head had been severed off of her body. To go even further, experts revealed that the skin was being prepared in such a way that it was kind of being prepared to be almost like a bodysuit of skin that the attacker would most likely wear or want to wear. I told you this one was graphic. So, in May of 1999, investigators came across something that they thought would help solve this case. The forensic medicine unit in Krakow, Poland, received a corpse of a man with a severed and scalped head. And so they thought, okay, kind of similar crimes, similar attacks. Maybe the person who did this also did the initial crime, right? So it turns out that this man was actually killed by his son. His son's name was Vladimir. And prior to his arrest, I don't have too many details about this, but according to what I read, prior to his arrest, Vladimir had been seen in a mask made of human skin that he got from his father's head. And so, right away, like I said, initially investigators believed that he also killed Zowada. But unfortunately, they had no evidence to kind of prove that theory. But regardless, Vladimir was sentenced to 25 years in prison for his father's murder, which, in my mind, 25 years is like a little slap on the wrist or something like that, but that's a whole other story. Anyway, they had nothing to really tie Vladimir to Zowada. But the police officers, even though the case was formally dropped, the police officers still kind of tried to look into finding evidence. In 2012 now, right, we have better technology, we have more advanced forensic technology and forensic research. The prosecutor's office actually reopened the investigation. They really wanted to figure out what happened. And a cold case unit was brought in for an additional autopsy on Zowada's body that they ordered. Experts from the 3D expertise lab of 𝓢𝓸𝓬𝓲 Medical University, I'm assuming also in Poland, they created a 3D model of her injuries that were inflicted on her, and it was concluded that the attacker had used a sharp tool to wound his victim around her neck, around her armpit, groin, and they believed that these spots were chosen to inflict the most pain. They also believed that in addition to kind of causing the most pain, it would cause her to bleed to death faster. They also believed that unfortunately she was most likely alive when this all took place and she was attacked in this way. So psychological profiles, of course, were made of this perpetrator, whoever he or she was. They believe that the attacker had sadistic tendencies, which isn't really a surprise. It was also concluded that Zowada was tortured before her death, which is kind of what I just said. And they also believed, because of the certain body parts that were chosen on her, they believed that the attacker also had some sort of experience with martial arts, which is important for later on. So it is now on our timeline October 4th, 2017. So this brings us to about 19 years later, after she died, and police arrested, at the time he was 52 years old, and his name was 𝓢𝓸𝓬𝓲𝓪. Robert is his name. So his apartment was searched when they arrested him. Blood was found in his bathroom, and at the time they, of course, secluded the bathroom for further testing. And a little tidbit about Robert is that he was actually a person of interest for a few things in 2019, but he had not been arrested. But this man fit the exact profile that investigators and authorities were searching for, the profile that they had kind of made up. So he was trained in martial arts, like I said. He actually knew the victim. He had visited the victim's grave more than once, and he had a history of harassing women, which goes hand in hand with him being a person of interest back in 1999. Furthermore, a little bit about him, he had actually worked at a dissecting lab where he learned how to deal with human corpses and human remains. He also worked at the Krakow Institute of Zoology, where he was actually able to watch the process of preparing animal skins. And he was actually fired from that place because one day during his shift he decided to just kill all of the Institute's rabbits, killed them all, and he was fired on the spot. And he was never able to explain his actions to anyone. And this kind of goes as not really a shocker at this point, but as a child he abused cats and dogs, and was frequently, well, this part, I was talking about the animal part. In addition to that, he was unfortunately frequently abused by his father. So I couldn't find too many details on why police kind of got on him in the first place. I don't know if this is because this happened in a different country and it was harder for me to find. I don't know. But I couldn't find too many details about that. But what I did read was that one of his friends actually wrote a letter about him and sent it to police, I believe. And, quote, the contents of the letter are a closely guarded secret of the investigation. So I guess they about that. So the court then extended his detention, because he was in a temporary detention, until September 16th of 2018, while investigators got more evidence. And then he was arrested on that date in October 4th. Then in December, this is just a little extra tidbit, but in December, he complained of harassment. He claimed that he was getting harassed by all of the prison guards, and this was investigated and found to be groundless. So maybe he was trying to get a lighter sentence or trying to get sympathy or whatever. Nothing happened with it. It was found to be groundless. And as of September 2019, he still had not been released, and investigators had still requested a closed trial to be done with it. I wish I found like what his sentence was. I don't know, but as of today, I believe he's still locked away, and hopefully will be for like ever. But yeah, I thought that case was just so sad and incredibly disturbing, so I want to make sure I put that disclaimer in the beginning of the video. But that is going to be about it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoy this true crime video. While we are in the month of October, if there are any other cases that you'd like me to cover, leave them in the comments down below and leave me a little blurb about what it's about, and I will try to look into them. Okay, so like I said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.